We mentioned this at the end of the fun half yesterday, that Roy Moore, there was big allegations of Roy Moore in the Washington Post. The primary allegation was that about, I guess, 30 or 40 years ago, right, a Roy Moore approached a woman and her daughter out in front of the courthouse. The woman had to go into the courthouse for a hearing. And maybe it was some type of lawsuit. She had to testify. I can't quite recall what it was. A family court. And Roy Moore offered to watch her 14-year-old daughter as she went in there. Roy Moore, of course, was I think an assistant district attorney at the time, fully trustworthy, except for he used that opportunity while he was babysitting this 14-year-old girl to get her phone number, which he then used to call her at a later date and get her to come out in the woods, and apparently had her touch him in a sexual way. She contemporaneously reported this to two friends who have, in the story, echoed her account. She, a couple of years later, told her mother this account, who's also confirmed that account. 14 years old. There were other women who were in their, one was 16, I believe, one was 18, who have also said that they had relations with Roy Moore, or that he hit on them. And the response from the Republican Party and conservatives, the best that we've heard from them is like, this could be disturbing. That's one end of the margin. The other end of the margin is, yeah, and what else he got? Here is reporters asking the question of Roy Moore to the leadership of the Republicans in the Senate and representatives from the White House who are attempting to pass massive tax cuts for the wealthy.
Leader McConnell, do you believe the women who made these accusations against Roy Moore? Leader McConnell, do you believe these women who made on-the-record accusations against Roy Moore, sir? Thank you. Let's go, guys. Leader McConnell.
On taxes, can you guarantee that no one
Yes, all you heard were the questions, because all the Republican leaders were doing was just sitting there and sort of vaguely smiling, pretending not to hear the questions. This is going to implicate the taxes. It may, in fact, speed it up and make it easier for them to pass, because there is some concern that Roy Moore may lose his election in December. I'm unclear when he would be seated in the event that he lost, but I have a feeling it would be rather quickly. So this is creating pressure on Republicans to pass it. We shall see. And when Cliff gets here, we will talk more about Roy Moore. Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos